Hey everybody, welcome back to the Musician's Guide to Understanding and Mastering Chord Charts. I'm Becky Shaw with Shaw Piano Studio, and if you're here for the first time, welcome. And if you have not watched the first two videos, the lessons were on scales in lesson 1, and lesson 2 is on intervals. So if you feel like you need a little brush up on those, feel free to go back and watch videos 1 and 2. But in this lesson, we're going to jump into chords. This should be a pretty short video, but we're going to start with a little bit of a review from intervals. So important to remember that the tones of the scale are numbered 1 through 8, with the 1 being called tonic or the home note. Again, we're going to use the C scale. So in this case here, you see on the piano keyboard the C scale. The C is the 1. Every other tone numbered 1 through 8. Okay, so just again, quick review here on intervals. And we'll use the letter names of the C scale. So C to D is a second, C to E is a third. Every time the intervals are just getting bigger. C to F is a fourth, C to G is a fifth, or G is the 5 tone of the scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6, C to A, C to B is a seventh, and then finally C to C completes the scale or an octave. Okay, so jumping into chords. A chord is a combination of 2 or more notes, and chords are typically built off of a single note called the root. The most frequently encountered chords are triads, and triads are created with a root, a third, interval of a third, and a fifth. Okay, so a major triad is made up of a major third, or 4 semitones or half steps, and a fifth. So on the piano keyboard here, you see this is a C major triad, C, E, and G. So this, we can look at this first interval from C to E is a major third, or if we jump from the root up to the top note, which is the 5th tone of the scale, the interval is called a fifth. So you've got a third and then a fifth. That makes up the C major triad. If we're going to create a minor triad, it is made up of a minor third, or 3 semitones or half steps, and a fifth. Okay, so that third in the middle has 1 less semitone. So if you remember when we talked about the major minor intervals, from C to E is the major. If we want the minor, we've got to go down a half step. So that puts us on an E flat. And then again, our fifth remains the same. So C minor triad is C, E flat, and G. So if you want to, let's look at the C major and C minor triads side by side. You can see here the colored dots help you see those intervals. So you've got the C, E, G for the major and the C, E flat, G for the minor. If you want to think of it this way, it's kind of a little math equation. To build from the root, you can think 4 half steps, then 3 half steps. So rather than thinking of the interval of a third and then the interval of a fifth, you can kind of just build it from the root note. So for the major, think 4, then 3. So from C to the E is 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps. And then from the E to the G is 1, 2, 3 half steps. So 4, then 3. The minor triad is the opposite of that. If we build from the root, we want to think 3, then 4. Again, we're talking half steps. So we go from C to 1, 2, 3 half steps, which puts us on that E flat, and then we finish it with the 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So kind of they're like the mirror of each other. So major, 4, then 3. Minor, 3, then 4. Again, we're talking half steps. Okay, so let's get right into trying to build other triads other than the C major. So let's try it on G. So build a G major triad on your own. If you need to hit pause to figure that out, you can try that on the piano keyboard again, or if you want to just, if you have the download of the piano keyboard, you can write it out on that. But you hit pause until you're ready to move on. Okay, so how'd you do on the G major triad? If yours looks like this, it's all on white keys on the piano. We've got G, B, and D. So again, for the major triad, we want to think 4, then 3. So if we start on the G, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, puts us on the B, and then we go 1, 2, 3, which puts us on the D. Okay, so now try building a G minor triad on your own. And again, if you need to hit pause until you're ready to move on, you can do so. All right, how'd you do? You've probably figured it out at this point. The only note that there's going to be a difference with is that middle note. So if G major was the B here in the middle, then the minor is going to have that B flat. So just to check out the 3-4 half step relationship, we have from G to 1, 2, 3 half steps puts us on the B flat, and from the B flat 1, 2, 3, 4 puts us on the D. So we have the 3-4 relationship there. Okay, let's try it now with the F major and F minor triad. So here's your starting note on the piano keyboard. This is the F. Again, for the major, think 4, then 3, and for the minor, think 3, then 4. And hit pause until you're ready to move on. All right, so how'd you do? If your F major triad looked like this, all on white keys, then you're correct. As you can see, we skip over every other note as well. So let's just double check the 4-3 relationship. We've got from F, 1, 2, 3, 4 half steps gets us to A, and from A, 1, 2, 3 gets us to C. And then that minor triad, flip it around, start on the F, we need 3 first. 1, 2, 3, that puts us on the A flat. 1, 2, 3, 4 puts us back up on the C. Okay, so that's it. Pretty simple. You did it. Have fun trying to construct other major and minor chords. It's pretty easy. Once you figure out the major, really all you're doing is taking that middle note, that third, down a half step, and that gives you your minor triad. So I hope to see you in lesson 4. We're going to get into the good stuff, the number system. This starts helping us get our head around chords and chord charts and all of that good stuff. So again, if you have any questions on chords or any of the other previous videos on scales or intervals, please feel free to email me at info@shawpianostudio.com. And again, if you haven't and want to, you can sign up for my email list at shawpianostudio.com so that you can be informed of future trainings and videos and all that good stuff in the future. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.